Hello, this is Dattaji, and I am preaching the spiritual knowledge of Sri Dattaswami. One day, a devotee asked Swami, "In Quran it is stated that Mohammed is not father of anyone. Further, it is stated there that he is the last prophet sent by God. What is the inner meaning of this, if this verse is genuine statement?" Then Swami replied, "You have picked up a very crucial concept of spirituality. The statement is original, and therefore it entered your mind. The inner meaning of this verse is based on the angle which you take for the word Mohammed. Here the word Mohammed stands only for the external human form and not the internal, eternal God. Islam does not agree the concept of human incarnation. When Bible says the word Jesus, it means the internal, eternal God. When Gita says Krishna, it means the same eternal God. Because both Christianity and Hinduism believe God in flesh, we need not criticize Islam for not believing human incarnation, because the main idea is that there is always misuse of this concept. The human beings claim themselves as human incarnations. Every human being following the philosophy of Advaita in Hinduism feels that he is the Lord. This is a very dangerous extrapolation. Even devils and demons claim themselves as eternal God by doing certain miracles after achieving some superpowers. All of these dangerous, misleading cases harm the devotees. In the name of idol worship also, priests have exploited devotees. They keep idols in front and rob the wealth of devotees. To avoid all these misleading, misused concepts, Islam sorted to worship a formless aspect of God, and we appreciate this. But because of misuse, we cannot deny the very basic system itself. If copying is happening, it should be arrested by taking care. We cannot cancel the very examination system for the fear of this misuse. We are not avoiding the journey by buses and trains due to the possibility of accidents. The human incarnation is very important. That is the only path to reach God, as said by Jesus, because the human beings approach God only through human form. The devotees can get full satisfaction and full guidance only from the human incarnation, and not from any other form of God. Of course, if you fear for the exploitation of this concept here, it is better to stick to the formless God or God through statues. But you should be prepared for the disadvantages in the above ways. You will also lose the golden chance provided by God for your sake. Yes, Islam should be appreciated because avoiding danger is good. Such decision was taken by Islam depending on the circumstances and the atmosphere prevailing over the society during the time of Mohammed. We should understand the religion from the point of the circumstances and the environment that existed during the propagation at that time. But now the scientific logical analysis is well developed, and one need not fear for the exploitation by the false human incarnations who can be easily identified. So you should not avoid the system in the present circumstances. Islam is not a new concept to the Hinduism, because in Hinduism the philosophy of Madhva says the same thing and preaches that the Lord can never become a human being, nor vice versa. And this is also stated by Jesus when he said that he was the messenger sent by God. Thus Islam agrees with Hinduism and Christianity in this basic concept. Muhammad told that he was the last prophet because he did not like another false human incarnation to come and mislead and exploit the mass. It is only to avoid the danger of exploitation of cunning human beings. What is the reason for Islam not to accept the human incarnation? Even Muhammad said that he was only the servant of God, and he did not claim himself as the human incarnation, even though he himself knows the truth, that he is God in flesh like Buddha or Krishna or Jesus. The reason enlightens the greatness of Islam religion. The reason is that once a real human incarnation is accepted, several fraud human incarnations claim themselves as God and mislead the spiritual aspirants for their selfish ends. In fact, such concept was so much polluted and got so much diluted that every human being started thinking that he himself is God. In Hinduism, this misinterpretation rules the minds of several people even today, and most people think Aham Brahmasmi, which means I am God. People say that service to human beings is service to God because every human being is God only. Sankara condemned this concept, which was a religion called Loka Sevaka Matma. When Jesus was worshipped by a lady who was using some special scent to wash his divine lotus feet, a disciple told that the cost of the scent could have been used to serve the beggars. The disciple thought that service to society is better than the personal service of the Lord. But Jesus immediately replied, "Let her do this service. Beggars are always present in this world, but I come rarely to this world." This shows that the Lord is far greater than the society, and the social service is valid only when the Lord gives permission to do so, because the Savior is the Lord and not the society. Thus the background of Islam should be properly understood.
కాశీవాస కాలభైరవ కరుణించవేళ కాలకంధర విషయవాసనలు విషసర్పములై కాటువేయగా నేనేమి చేతు హాలాహలమును మధురామృతముగా త్రాగిన దేవా కాపాడరావా కామాది గుణములు కలి రాక్షసులు క్రమ్ముకొనిరినను నేనేమి చేతు కాముని త్రిపురుల చూచి బూడిదెగ చేసిన దేవా చేతుకొనరావా చింతల పలుగుల పోటుల చిత్తము చూర్ణమయ్యనుగ నేనేమి చేతు అట్టహాసమున జగముల చూర్ణము కావించుదేవా కరుణించలేవా ఏకాగ్రతతో ఏకదృష్టితో నిన్ను చూడలేను నేనేమి చేతు ఏకాద్వితీయ హే దత్తదేవ మదనదాహక మాం పాహి పాహి కాశీవాస కాలభైరవ కరుణించవేళ కాలకంధర